Hello, and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. And today I'm going to be covering a topic that kind of made me think of what's going on in Congress right now with social media and how it's hurting and damaging the children because it's also hurting adults because a lot of the adults who are targeting children or a lot of the patterns that the school kids are doing, they're learning from their parents. A lot of the vile, vicious, awful, cruel, devious, racist, like ableist, just anything awful. A lot of them are getting some of this from their parents. And if not their parents, then their parents' single friends, their aunts, uncles, other family members, because especially while going through dating apps, I see such toxicity. And well, first, make sure you pause and grab a snack or drink or anything like that. So, excuse my manners. And also, hello, welcome again. If you're coming back, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And before I forget, if you can, hit the subscribe button, it's like, comment. So, in my opinion, some of this toxicity, some of this just whew, whew, the thing, like, and if you've watched my dating nightmares, some of you already know where I'm coming from. And some of you guys reading some of the messages you get off of social media, but also some of these dating apps. I know I can't be the only one. Well, I mean, I know I write high, like pretty high standards on mine. And I've met other people who said that I must be either brave, courage, or have some courage, or I must want it, or some say I must want attention or whatever. I'm like, no, I want attention from the right person, and I'm not going to waste my time with people who don't meet the standards that I'm looking for. So I guess technically, but anyway, I'm noticing that a lot of this toxicity, a lot of this just putrid behavior comes from, well, I'll say people who are triggered, but especially for me right now, it's men who are triggered by goal oriented women and or women that won't change for them. And many of those men's goals are to shut us up and force us to quit what we're doing or what we want to do or pursue, especially if it makes them look bad or if our goals will kind of exceed and expand from what they plan on doing in life. And like when you look at a lot of social media, people want to see who's doing what, why are they doing this, who got married, who's having the baby, and who's popular in school, what are they wearing, is it name brand? Like with the beauty phase now, with the moisturizers and these young girls going into Sephora and Ulta and things. If a young lady isn't using the high end products or if she's not taking pictures with the high end products, they might DM and put her down or tease her. And even if you don't have an iPhone, it's like you guys don't. I'm going to tell a story about, because I know these kids get a lot of this toxicity, and we need to start having better role models. Because yes, these owners need to help fix the issues of social media, but we also need to fix the role models that are out here because some of them are just awful human beings. Yes, thou shalt not judge, but it's like, and I'm gonna show some examples, of course, of course. But it's just amazing with how people like they hide behind the screen and they feel like they can just say and do anything. And just because just because they think no one else is going to see it, they think they can hurt as many people as they can, and no one's going to know. Their boss isn't going to know, their parents aren't going to know, their spouse or like significant other isn't going to know, their best friend down the street isn't going to know. They're going to be able to be as horrible as humanly possible, and it's going to be their secret. But then they turn around and they teach our younger generations that same thing. So now we're creating patterns and we're triggering and damaging and hurting people's mental health. And people are proud of this. They're proud of it. And okay, because of course I have examples and stories because like when it comes to, well, of course I'm going to talk about me. Like I hope you guys start writing me and sending me either emails of stories and things like that of your experiences so I can start reading and dissecting. I'm going to be doing more Reddit stories, so it's not all. I do have two Reddits up here already, so but when it comes to this topic, as you can tell, like if you've watched previous episodes, I have screenshots for days that prove my point with the hazardous environment and the toxicity and the vile behavior that happens online. And some of these men are grown adults. Some of these men are in their late 40s, 50s, 60s, and they just know how to be idiotic, horrible, vile, obnoxious, like just demeaning people. So, and I'm just going to start off with this because it does deal with my example. Because men, I broke up with my last two long term relationships. Yes. Mr. Lockakey and Mr. No Heart. 5 and 7 years of yeah, I wasted a lot of time. But men have broken up with me too. But one reason why I created the standards list that I created, like I said in the previous screen, like a lot of men want to control women. A lot of men hate when they can't control a woman. And so, what do? They try to think of ways to be mean and awful and crude to see if that will knock her down enough to either force her to apologize or force her to be like, I'm so sorry. Okay, I'll drop out of grad school. I will not be opinionated. Whatever you says, go. I will do exactly as you say because you're so smart, even though you really haven't finished a book in all of your life. And yeah, your grade, your reading grade level is around a third to fifth grade level and everything like that. But yes, of course, you're smarter than me. You're better than me. You have better conclusions and opinions than me. Even though you watch OAN and Fox News, of course, yes, of course, your opinion is so much better. Yes, of course. So yeah, I can't date. Yeah, that's why no Republicans from you. Yeah, if you want. Yeah. Anyway, so when it comes to the internet and dating apps, when you try to be yourself, your genuine self, and you refuse to change who you are, because like I've said before, since kindergarten, they the your teachers tell you, be unique. Be yourself. Don't change for anybody. Don't follow anyone else's lead. It's like, where did that go? Because now, especially on dating apps, Men keep telling me what I'm supposed to be, who I'm supposed to represent, how I'm supposed to talk, what I'm allowed to do, and how there's something wrong with me because I don't have babies. So, but with the dating apps, this is a list of different ways where some people, but especially men, because I know the male side of it, damage people online with our mental health, our self image, our expectations of what we think we should be looking for out there. And then there's scammers, there's catfishing, and then there's some who have STDs and they know they do and they don't care. And they're just gonna try to, yeah, you know. But during COVID, it's like a lot of people know it's like people were listening to tons of blogs and like they were just at home all day watching every Netflix and Hulu and Disney Plus thing they could find. But some people they wanted more human interaction. And I'm one of those people, especially like while I was facing my disability and my like going through all these tests and everything like that, meeting like 10 plus different doctors. It was a crazy, horrible time. And I know with a few of the dating apps, I started noticing something like Plenty of Fish. There was this button where I was like, huh, what's this? And then I realized, wow, there's live streaming. I can talk to other people. Maybe I can meet some new friends. And then I realized I can host. Maybe I can find people that I can connect with. People who enjoy talking about anime and writing, investing, and politics. Maybe it's like I can do that because I kept visiting some of the rooms and they just kept talking about special candy and or their addiction or whatever, or wearing very revealing clothing, or just very, it just wasn't me whatsoever. And I don't know, it's like part of me was just like, you know what, I'm gonna stream on my own because if I it's kind of like if you don't find the book that you want to read, write it. I didn't find the stream where I could really feel comfortable, so I decided just to, host my own stream and meet new people, see who comes to my stream. And that's when the toxicity really started to come in because, well, I would open up my stream and I would play music and I would be writing my book and the title of my like stream would be um like if you're working on your goals, or I'm writing my book, or Pinky in the Brain today, writing a chapter in my novel, or working on some illustrations for my next book, or working on my artboard, stuff like that. But then I've got messages like this Thomas guy. You sound really intelligent. LOL, fake, blank, scammer, mother effing dumb B word, A word, F word. Get a life, loser, and get a real job for once in your lifetime. Just because you hate your life doesn't give you the right to make others' lives miserable, you piece of garbage. And well, if you look at this message, he's not vaccinated. And so it's like, and this was, I think this was like right when COVID was still ending, but I was still streaming because I met some people who we actually had a book group on there. It was only three or four of us, but we picked the same book and we read it throughout the month and we came together and other people could come too. But I thought, oh, okay, if other people want to come and talk about it and Yeah, this guy came to during one of our book sessions, and then he wrote me, and I opened it, and I'm like, I'm getting this kind of message from doing a book club? Like, what in the world? And then he was like, get a real job. Like, we're talking about a book. Why am I getting put down for, and then during this, well, we met a few times and everything, but there would be guys like, oh, you're boring. Oh, it's like, no, you look like you got some large tatas, girl. It's like, pull down your shirt. Oh, shake them. Do this, do that. And it's just like, okay. It's like I kept having a block. It's like I thought, okay, I might be able to at least find and meet more people, because like if people can come in and they can see what we're doing, and then maybe they can see that there are, some streams that aren't just going to talk about special candy or crude things or getting drunk or whatever, whatever. And but no, I was like, yeah, I realized that that was the demographic. The demographic was for people who drink and wear very tight or and act a certain way. I don't fit like, and no, it's like I did have followers, and I actually do, like there was two or three people who write me asking, why haven't you been on? It's like, I miss you. It's like, like you were like one of the only classy ones in the streams. It was so it was so cool to meet you. And or how's your book coming? It's like, I know you're writing your novel during your stream and stuff, and it's like, you actually helped me finish painting my walls. I got my, like while you were playing the music, I got my paint out and I finished my dining room. So part of me is like, I know I at least release some positivity and some light within the darkness of the app, but oh my gosh, it's so toxic. And yes, it's for 18 and up, so they're in politics, or they're not going to invite them to those meetings. But at the same time, they don't realize like brains don't fully develop until 27. And so we have some very new daters. There's been 18, 19, and 20-year-olds trying to talk to me. And I'm like, hold up, wait, do you have mommy issues? I think you might have some mommy issues. And it's like, um it's like we kind of like shared different messages that we got from people. They would share some of the messages they got from females. I would share some of the awful ones I got from men. And it's like we're just like, why can't this company fix this? But then we realize capitalism, they don't care. And there's this jerk. Oh, I've got a lot of messages from this jerk. Oh, he is dreadful. And then the funny thing, he claims that he knows somebody that, trust me, he doesn't. So, well, um, yeah, okay, I'm gonna be nice, but there's several because, well, I'm a nerd. I invest. I'm classy, and I know he doesn't know anybody within those perimeters. So, okay, but yeah, keep that. But then also like with how he talks about like Biden and the president, the actual president. People want to say the election was stolen. It wasn't. But anyway, but then the way he hops from subject to back to, it's just like, okay, what special candy are you on when you write me? How desperate are you for attention? It's like, maybe this is showing why you can't find a woman, and or a woman of quality, and or a woman that could actually make you happy, because it seems that you're not even able to make anyone happy that might be anywhere near you. So yeah. And then it's like he wants to like just try to call me fat and goofy, and it's just like he okay, there's another mess. when I find some of his other messages, he's admitted that he's continuously coming to my streams. When I streamed, he was there all the time, and he stuck around. So he wanted to put me down for talking about politics. He put me down for writing my books and working on my projects. And it's to the point where I'm just like, okay, like I it was just disappointing seeing how all of the men just wanted like um certain type of women or women that you would see on that one site, that one special site, which part of me is kind of like, okay, maybe you need to save up some money so you can go to the OF pay, like the what the abbreviation means. And if you don't, ask your mama. But yeah, a lot of these men expected women on these streams to act like they were women on. And okay, some of these women did have, but I don't. I didn't. I'm not going to. And since I wrote my book, since I worked on my passion, since I would want to talk about politics and current events and things like that, they hated me. They outright hated me. And it's just amazing because it's like he called me crazy, and part of me is like, you know what? Maybe I am a little crazy. Well, in a good way, because I'm crazy enough to release myself from what they demand, what they want. I'm crazy enough to do my own thing. I'm crazy enough to go after my goals, my dreams, my aspirations, and what I want to do in life. And I'm going to live my life, not let my life live me. And they hate that. They hate that because they don't want a smart woman. Do you know how many men have told me that it's like, especially in stream, when I would be talking about my books and what I'm planning on and my children's books and things like that and my game plan for marketing and stuff like that, especially, okay, black men, I'm especially talking about, because it's like, it's really crazy how it's like, oh yeah, there was a lot of racist white men on this app, but you have the racist white men, and then you have the black men who hate a black woman who has goals and wants to achieve things, and they're studious or educated, and oh, they hate those women. Like black men hate, or at least on this app, they did. Majority. There's two or three where one of them is like, if I can find his username, I would see how he's doing and everything. But um, okay, I'll say very, very, very few. Like 94% of the black men on this app hates educated black women. They despise. But then you have the white guys who they were nice and they're pleasant. And some of them were like, wow, can I learn more about what you're doing? This is so cool. This is amazing. I'm so glad that you found a passion. And it's like I'm glad that there's people on here who are doing more than just sitting on their couch drinking and blah 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 and stuff like that. So, and there's a few young ladies. If see, it's like I haven't been in so long. I haven't been streaming in such a long time that I forgot the usernames, but there were two or three young ladies who, well, two of them in the book club and everything, but it's like all three of them they have a little bit of my heart and everything because they were so amazing to talk to. And it's like when they would see me on, they're like, oh, are you writing your book? It's like, okay, I'm gonna read while you write your book and everything like that. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. It's like sometimes I'm like, I'll do it later, but when I see you logged on, I'm like, nope, I'm doing it now. And so, and then like I'll see them stream sometimes, and one time one of them was making an apple pie and everything, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is so cute and stuff. So it was like, so I don't know, it was a great. There are some good people, even through all of the toxicity and everything. There are some good people. It's just hard to find because I kept running into fools like this. Because, okay, yeah, okay, when I talked about the, a lot, like 94% of the black men, yeah, look at Joe. A lot of them just like him because they hate it. Like when I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm writing my book. How's your day? Stop writing your book, stand up and bend over. I want to see how much you got back there. It's like, is your chest real? It's like, I bet it's not real. Show them to me. And, or they would talk about my hair, wig, sewing, or whatever. Oh, it's like, you can't afford real, you can't afford, it's like, and I don't know, it's just, at the same time, their cars would cost more than their house, but then they're putting me down for me, maybe like, because, and a lot of them didn't know what I was going through at that time. That's the funny part. A lot of them didn't understand how I didn't buy hair in a long time. I was too busy going to physical therapy. I was too busy going to doctor's offices. I was too busy trying to, like, stitches in my leg. I was trying to heal. I was trying to get my mental health together because for over 3 decades, doctors said the pain was in my head. Guess what? No, it was a disability in my DNA I was born with. And so I started streaming just so I can get to know new people, just so I can, befriend people. But men like Jay and Joe, it's like, and then like Jay had, like, he's, it's funny how men say black women have attitude all the time, but when men keep coming into my room telling me, shut up and show me this body part, it's like, oh, it's like, men trying to send me their addresses and telling me to, like, get off stream to come over to their house and do, like, what, or give them my body. But then that, like, when I say no or when I tell them off, now I have attitude. And then he wants to talk about my bio. Okay, I think he's mad because I don't want a person who's been in prison, because I don't want a Republican or someone who likes the orange guy, or because I want someone who's willing to adopt, or someone who has an education. I meet every one of my qualifications. Someone who was vaccinated. Yeah, do you see? A lot of these men are not vaccinated. A lot of these men do not have higher education. A lot of these men have been to prison. But then they want to knock me, put me down, be toxic to me. And I know I'm not the only one. And so, but yeah, they want to call me crazy. They want to call me crazy for actually having an opinion, or actually, like, thinking outside the box, or not just following what they tell me I have to follow, because I am my own person, my own individual. Just know, like, so when it comes to social media, yes,
check out
Facebook,
my
Instagram,
reading
and
bingo
like
cards,
so many
Valentine's
of the
Day
other
themed on
sites,
Etsy.
apps need to
I'm
fix
going
what
to
they're
be
doing, but
finding
also
other
dating apps.
sites to sell them
Yes, it's
on,
for
as
18
well
and
as with
up,
my
but
website, which is
if
still under
you, I
construction.
know I can't
I'm
be the
going
only
to
one.
create
And if
a
you've seen what I've
store where
seen,
you
you
can
know we
buy
need
and
to change
download,
this.
because I plan
Because
on making like
also,
100
it's
of
like, I think
these.
it's
So
Bumble now,
under
where
different
now you can
themes and
get
stuff like
a
that.
free
So,
background check.
and also
Hold up, like,
just know, like,
is our dating
if you
apps so
guys
toxic
check
and fearful
out
to the point
my
where we now
reading
need to
bingo cards
do background
Valentine's
checks
Day
before we get on?
themed
See, and
on
this is what I'm
Etsy.
talking about.
I'm going to be finding
This is what I
other
was like.
sites to sell them on,
Look at
as
our
well as with my
past.
website, which
Look
is
at the
still under
generations who are
construction. I'm
teaching
going to
our younger
create
kids how
a
to act.
store
The
where you
one reason
can
why it's so
buy and
toxic
download,
is
because I
because
plan
look
on
at the
making
adults
like
who are
100 of
teaching them
these. So
this.
under different
And
themes
then
and
look
stuff
at
like
the
that.
people
So,
who, like,
and
some of these
also
adults have no
just know, like,
business online. Some of
if
these
you
adults are
guys
not role
check
models.
out
Some of these adults
my
treat anybody
reading
that
bingo
won't
cards
follow their league
Valentine's Day
inhuman
themed
and get
on
mad at other
Etsy.
people for not
I'm going to be
being at their
finding
low
other sites
expectations
to sell
and
them
being
on,
at
as well as
devaluing
with my
themselves
website, which is
because
still under
of the low
construction.
standards
I'm
they
going to
have met.
create a
So, but anyways,
store.
this is the Handicapable Black woman. I am a woman. I am of color, and I am handicapable. But most importantly, I am human, and you're human too.